What's up?
What's up, YouTube family?
All right, YouTube. I know you guys have been hearing about how, here the military is basically trying to recruit, soldiers, and everything. So, I saw one they was talking about. They kind of like did an example with, I think it was Reagan's, military recruitment ad, and I was like, yeah, I remember that ad when I was little. I was going to elementary school, and you would see it on the commercial and all this stuff like right there. And I still never wanted to join the military because I was scared. But anyway, I was a little kid. But I got the point of it. Like, wow, they like tough people. Okay, cool. So yeah. Then the other day, I happened to be watching Fox News, and I thought it was a joke. I thought like the baby had turned the TV.
Joke, man. You showed me
I still think it's a joke. Like, so what I did is I woke him up, and I was like, I don't know if you watched it. I think he went to sleep. I was like, babe.
I was like, what are you having?
Look at this.
And it's like,
he's like, what is that?
Morning, man. I'm like, I got to be up.
I was like,
5:00. What am I watching?
No, he like right. And I was like, babe, no, that's the military recruitment video. And I guess he didn't believe me because he went back to sleep.
Really didn't care,
but I was
man.
like, oh my gosh.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, they can have cotton candy on the video. It don't make no difference to me. It is what it is. I'm sorry.
It matters at a certain point. Anyway, so I was like, babe, and he went back to sleep. So I said, okay, I gotta go back in there. I said, no, he's not gonna believe me.
They have cotton candy in their hand. Said, be out. You can be joining the army.
No, they did.
It won't bother me. Yeah, man.
No,
yeah.
But
Here we go again.
But anyway, leave it alone. So stop.
Here we go again.
So I ended up running back in the room, grabbing the remote, winding it, and then I recorded it because I was like, he has to see this thing.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
And I went on YouTube and I was like, oh my God. This is the craziest thing I've ever saw.
Wow.
The U.S. Army new recruitment video is embarrassing. I'm not sure if you guys saw it yet, but again, I'm still...
First of all, who created the video?
Okay, so they had some people from Disney to draw the people.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just playing. I don't know if Disney did it or not, but Disney probably had a part in it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I want to see this video.
You ready to see it? Okay. This week in wokeism. Now, it probably happened. I don't know when it happened, but I'm just still like, I'm a little mad.
Let's get it, baby.
Okay, let's get it. Okay, I'm sorry.
So you and I as Americans, we don't fully appreciate just how devastating it is to lose a military campaign. If it doesn't end your country, it lays you low for oftentimes decades and decades and decades. That's the reality of it. That's the truth. We are going to have a war against another major power. I know because history tells me we will. What are we doing to prepare for said war against this major power? Well, here's this new ad from the United States Army.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems. It begins in California with a little...
Why is it a cartoon?
Why you not letting it play?
Girl raised by two moms. Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet, played violin, I also marched for equality. I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age. I began feeling like I'd been handed so much in life, a sorority girl stereotype. Sure, I'd spent my life around inspiring women, but what had I really achieved on my own? I needed my own adventures, my own challenge. And after meeting with an Army recruiter, I found it. A way to prove my inner strength and maybe shatter some stereotypes along the way.
Look at prices.
We are in some serious trouble. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that young girl and her mom's Trina and Pat or whatever they are, I'm glad she's protesting and marching. That's very inspiring, very exciting Very exciting stuff. But you see, while we're doing things like that here in America, do you want to know what Russia's doing? You want to know what their recruiting ads look like? I want you to think about that video you just watched. Think about that insane video, right? I want you to keep it in the front of your mind. Now, one of our arch enemies on the world stage, you want to know what they're doing? Here's what they're doing.
Это первый день твоей новой жизни. То, что было вчера, не имеет значения. То, кем ты был прежде, уже никого не волнует. Теперь важно то, кем ты будешь сегодня. Что ты знаешь о себе? На что ты способен? Вопросы могут остаться без ответов, но разве ты сможешь потом спокойно спать? Узнать себя, познать границы своих возможностей. К черту границы. Ты готов ломать себя до изнеможения? Каждый день. Здесь боль закаляет. Шрамы, повседневность. Это ты решил себе что-то доказать. Командир здесь только для того, чтобы ты мог увидеть в нем врага. Потому что без врага нет боя, а без боя нет победы. Но на самом деле, главный враг — это ты. Вчерашний ты. Твоя задача — выследить врага, догнать его, превзойти, стать лучше, чем он, и вернуться назад победителем. Потому что завтра
Which one of those countries looks like they're interested in winning that next war that's coming? I'm not just going to gloss over this. I'm not just going to forget about it. I love history. As you know, I talk to you about history a lot on the show. And if you study it and you find the nations that lose focus, you know, it's almost always the wealthy, powerful ones, right? The poor ones know they've got to scrap, but it's almost always the wealthy, powerful ones. Too many grapes, too many cakes, too much free time on their hands, too many distractions. And there's always this young, hungry one out there who doesn't have these distractions. And he looks at all those cakes and grapes and he wants them. And he starts to look around and say to himself, they're getting awfully soft. I bet I could go take that from them. That happens all the time. And what it looks like when they go to take that from them, it looks like death on a massive scale. That's what it looks like. This is not a small thing. This is a big thing. We don't need an army full of lesbians. We need an army full of killers. That's what we need. That's what you want your United States military to do. And that's what our opponents are doing. Remember that story that came out about China? They're figuring out how to make their men more masculine. We're figuring out how to cut ours off. Literally. This stuff ends nations. I cannot emphasize this enough. This stuff ends nations. And this will be the end of the United States of America if we don't stop these people. It's a really, really, really big deal. Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you...
Wow.
So,
That's deep.
I can kind of understand why we have a army recruitment shortage. I mean, I wouldn't want to join our military after watching that. I mean, first of all, it's a cartoon, and then they got play weapons, and then other countries, it looks like they had real weapons, and fake weapons don't seem to do a lot of damage.
You know, we couldn't find actors. So,
we couldn't find actors.
Yeah, so
is that why Disney drew that?
Budget, man. So we got to use cartoon characters.
Cartoons are not cheap to make.
Hey,
That
but the
was
seriousness behind it,
embarrassing.
You know, the thing is that we have to really get a grip on this. This don't make no sense.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
And I guess the word to use, we need killers. We know we need trained professionals.
We need,
there.
yes.
You know, I'm not saying that a woman can't be trained as trained professional, but you know, there's only so much a woman for as masculine, as a man doing combat to combat. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a big difference. You know, so I mean, as far as operating the machines and the missiles and stuff.
Well, that was a cartoon machine.
Do that, but as far as combat, hands on hands, combat. Yeah,
You know what? It's just, okay, you want to be so woke or whatever you want to call it, to where you're forgetting the whole thing. Okay, we already know that history can repeat itself. And no, I'm not saying I want us to go to war or whatever. Oh, no, I'm not saying that. But you at least want to be prepared as well. And Emma and her moms, I don't see the point of that. I understand you want to share the history of a person who is in the military, and I respect all that and everything. But for you to make it very, specific, and then you use a cartoon, who are you directing this at? Because it does not seem like they're directing this at people who are military recruitment age.
They directing to people that's this generation.
But they're not okay. But which
half of the generation half of them play games. They got this I forgot what it's called, where they're trying to. I forgot what they call it.
Virtual reality?
There we go.
That was not virtual reality.
I mean, but
that wasn't even in 3D.
It's coming though. Virtual reality coming. You have people. I don't know what is so much involved with, but they've been talking about it. It's
you can use virtual reality to do different things.
Yeah.
That was not virtual reality. Nothing. That wasn't teaching anybody anything. They didn't even teach me how to draw right.
Yeah, so it made you upset.
Yeah.
Really made me upset, man. I'm sorry. It's just I got this theory.
Who are you recruiting? Again, who are they recruiting with a cartoon?
I don't know who they recruiting.
Kids watch cartoons.
Maybe more cartoons.
What?
Characters.
We are not short on cartoon characters. I'm so sorry. Now, I've been watching the same cartoons since I've been watching the grandbabies, and there's enough of them on there for me not to run out of whatever they're going to be talking about. And we are not going to run out of cartoon characters. What we are going to run out is military officials who are going to be able to go out there and do the job.
But other than that,
all right, YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe on the video. If you haven't, give us your thoughts on the military recruitment video.